two guests are two gentlemen who dedicated their lives for children. So I want to bring up first a long-time assemblyman. Let's give it up for Howie Wiesenberg. Bobby, be next. Harvey, it's our tribute to Woody Davis, and I know you go way back with Woody, and you have an interesting story about how you met his daughter before the Davis family, which is a great story. Howie Wiesenberg, ladies and gentlemen.
That's an interesting story, but it was a little off base here. I didn't meet the daughter, my wife did. It happened that Ellen, who was a nurse, was in the hospital in the delivery room when his daughter was born. So actually, Ellen saw the daughter before both the parents did. But I have to go back with Woody because I was involved with the Long Beach Swim Club for many years. Coaching, being a former teacher and a school administrator, that's what my whole life is all about, is teaching. And thinking about the people who helped me and directed me in my life, how blessed we were to be able to go to school in Long Beach. Not only do we have a faculty and staff that was wonderful, but our coaches. When I think of people that many people here will not know, like Jimmy McCabe, Yale knew me from recreation, and I think of Herb Gold, my track coach, and my coaches all had a sense of humor. I'm getting to Woody, but I want you to know. I was a quarter miler in high school, and my coach said to me, get out in front and stay there, and you never lose. So I said, what a great philosophy. And the reality is that we were successful. I was Long Beach's first state champion in the state, quarter mile in high school. And Roy Elwood, our football coach, and when you think about the coaches and the role they played in children's lives, not every child is blessed to have parents that you can share with. But if you had a coach and he was part of your life, it was important how he basically, with the values of what sports is really all about, the friendships, the loyalty, the dedication, being involved to understand the real values of what life is really all about, the competition. When I played in my first football game, and I was on the right end, playing against a left tackle. Biggest man on the field was this guy in front of me. In the first play of the game, I got up and to block him, and he knocked me flat on my backside. The next play, I hit him hard, so he understood. After I hit him hard, it wasn't really legal, it was part of the game, but I went like this, and of course my arm hit his face, and he understood the message, so for the rest of the game, he knew that I meant I wasn't going to take it from you. But that's what you teach your children. In this world, you have to stand up, you have to fight for what you believe is right, and these are the values that you learn in playing on a sport. And a sport, when there are teams involved, everybody's a participant, and the success really comes from the team, not from an individual star, but a team. And Woody Davis, when I think about when my kids were swimmers, 8 years of age and under, and we had what we have here in Long Beach that nobody in the state of New York really could ever believe. When I got up on the floor in the assembly and I said, we have a second grade swim program. Every kid in Long Beach is going to be taught to swim in the second grade. That's great. Well, we're surrounded by water, so it's something that should be. And the reality is values again, because what you put into something is what you get out of it. And my kids were great, gifted athletes, and they were very successful, and they were moved forward to go into college. Woody Davis could have a list of the people that he coached and how he impacted the success in their lives from the values that they were learned from Woody Davis. And as I said, you know, we're a very diverse community. We have a wonderful population, and the sports that are participated in really have kids. Some kids have nothing. I know one family, we helped get a place that they could stay in an apartment and live because they didn't have the resources to be able to live there. The coaching staff came to the administration of the city worked together to help this family, and they became state champions. Well, how'd that happen? It happened because with coaches interested, teachers interested, and the community, the diverse community of Long Beach worked together to help our children. But when I think of Woody Davis, really monumental when you think that this man coached for 50 years. And when you think about the children dedicating not only a season, but all year round. Because if you were a swimmer, and if you really wanted to be successful, you really had to dedicate your life to swimming. And I laugh because being involved with the Long Beach Swim Club, Ellen and I and our whole family got into a car, and we went to a swimming meet in Connecticut, and we waited hours so my son could swim for 20 seconds. But you know, when you really, with a team and the family share, it was fascinating. Russell's in the, he and Greg both, they were third in the country. But that was what Long Beach was all about. But we're here really basically to acknowledge Woody Davis and the coaches that we have in our schools. How lucky we are for what we have in Long Beach. And they never get enough of a thank you. But the thank you is in the success that you have within your children. And when families come over to you and they say to you, thank you for what you've done for my family, that's the reward of what education is really all about. Developing the whole child, that's what Woody Davis did. Character, values, a desire to be successful, not only as an athlete, but as a human being. So that's what Long Beach education is all about, that's what our city is all about, and we're really here to pay tribute to Woody. It's very sad to me because, to me, he was always a young man. And just his sudden death is upsetting because he worked so hard to be able to have the time to really enjoy and change his life, which I know how difficult that is because I recently retired and I was working 68 years. He was teaching and coaching for 50 years. He dedicated his life to children and their families. He dedicated his life to the city. And at this time, I think it's nice that we can be here tonight to acknowledge his success in life and the success of all the people that he impacted by being such a fine human being. God bless him and his family.
Thank you, Howie Wiesenberg. Very touching. One of the great